I'm sure you guys can hear the sound in the background, not the bird song, but this pounding alarm sound. I think it's one of my neighbors. I think it could be somewhere in the neighborhood. We don't know what the source is. Everyone in this building has been complaining and we don't know who to talk to. We don't know what's going on. This alarm sound has been going on for the past 2 days and we're honestly very tired of it. But I have to film this video today, so you guys will have to bear that sound with me together, and I do apologize in advance that it keeps coming in and out of the video. Let's get right to it. We have Maria May's wash off packs today. Hi, hello, 안녕, Ray입니다. 반갑습니다. Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, welcome! My name is Ray, and if you don't know who I am, that is okay because you can find out more about me here on all social media platforms. My skin type is oily, sensitive, reactive, dehydrated, and depending on the season, it can also be combination. Wow, I did all that in one take. Good job, Ray, good job. Today's video is made possible by Mari and May, the company that sent me these products. All they did was send me the products. I was not paid to say anything about their products. I was not paid to make this video. I've been wanting to make this video for the longest time because I really want to dedicate a whole video on just their wash-off packs. It's because their wash-off packs are packaged in such an aesthetic way that I'm just like, I really want to do something with their products. Like, I just want to talk about them because I feel like each of their wash-off packs target a certain skin concern. So for example, one of them is targeting acne-prone skin, another one is targeting hydration, and then there's another one that targets fine lines and kind of like the well-aging benefits. But of course, to me, wash-off packs are not exactly something that is essential to a skincare routine. It is an add-on. What that means is these are treatment products and kind of like exfoliators in a way, where it really helps elevate your skincare routine just a little bit. But of course, like I said, you are not obligated to add any of these to your routine. On this channel, I review Asian skincare products so that you can shop with confidence. Everything I say in this video comes from my personal experience, but for today, because this is a try K-beauty with me kind of video, I'm not really reviewing any of these products. I'm really just sharing what my initial and very immediate thoughts are. If you have any serious skin concerns, please consult your trusted dermatologist or esthetician. With that being said, let's go. 우리 가자. So I finally collected all of Maria May's. Hold on, let me try to stack them together and show you guys. So these are, hold on. These are all of Maria May's. Oh my gosh. And I have them all here today now. Finally, I've been trying to collect them for the longest time. They have a total of 5, oh my god, hold on, let me. The first one I ever received was their Cica Tea Tree Soothing one, this one. And I was like, oh my gosh, the packaging is just beautiful. It's in this mason jar and it's like color coded lids, just so beautiful. And then I noticed that they released the lemon niacinamide wash off pack and I was like, wait, hold on, there's more? And then they released, I believe the next one was the rose hyaluronic acid Hydra wash off pack. And then they released the Calendula Peptide Ageless. This is a leave-on sleeping mask. And then finally they came out with like their premium line, which is their Blackberry Complex Glow wash-off pack. Oh my gosh, this one is the one I tried for a long time because I actually reviewed this product in my Maria May Blackberry Complex review video. So check that video out if you want to learn more about this product. So for this video, I'm gonna sit here and just try all of them on camera with you guys. It's gonna get messy and I might run out of battery, so if the setting changes a little bit, it's because the battery died and I had to like turn off the camera and like redo the whole process of setting up. I'm gonna start with the first one I ever received. This one is the Cica Tea Tree Soothing Wash Off Pack. It comes in a very translucent, I wanna say. It's not completely transparent. It's more of a frosted glass, so it kind of gives you that translucent effect. It has a greenish gold lid, and all of them have the inner lids. Every single box of these wash-off packs comes with a spatula, and I just don't have them on me right now, so I'm just gonna use my finger to dip into each of these jars. I know it's not completely hygienic, but like my hands are clean. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. But if you are sharing these with your friends, maybe on a Friday night together, definitely use a spatula so that you're not transferring whatever you have on your fingers into the jar. But also, these products are formulated with antibacterial ingredients to kind of preserve the products, so I wouldn't say you have to worry too much about them molding or anything. But of course, in general, once you open a product, try to use the product and completely finish it within 3 months. That alarm sound is so annoying. I know I preach be gentle with yourself and being cozy on this channel, but like this sound is really making me want to explode. Alright, ta-dun! Okay, fragrance, very strong. It has this very signature Mari and May scent. It's very floral, that's all I'm gonna say. It has almost like a tea kind of fragrance, not just floral. Okay, I remember now. Yep, this one is the hard clay mask. This one is pretty hard to kind of like get out of the jar. It blends pretty nicely on the skin, so I would say it's not too hard to kind of like apply on your face. If my memory serves me right, I didn't like the application process because this was so chunky that every time I applied it on my skin, like large bits would fall off, and it was really annoying. And you really had to do this over the sink because it's gonna get messy. The rinsing process of this took forever because I needed to jump in the shower. I would just literally destroy my sink because it is very messy. It has bits of, I guess it's the tea tree or maybe the Cica plant. I don't know what these are, but there are little bits and pieces of, I guess, herbs. It might be the Cica or the tea tree plant. I guess because of that, it can be a little bit of an exfoliator. And because you have to do this in the shower, or at least I had to do this in the shower, I feel like it defeats the purpose of this kind of like life made simple kind of narrative when it comes to these very cozy skincare products. I personally was not a fan of the experience or the application process or the rinsing off process. However, it did leave my skin feeling very soft and smooth, and it actually reduced my redness just by a little bit because I have really reactive skin. I have like topical dermatitis. Anything that touches my skin makes my skin turn red. So this one really helps calm down my skin, but I wouldn't say it's like the best product to do so. I prefer a serum or a toner or even a moisturizer that can do the job. Okay, I just rinsed the product off. It was easier to rinse off this time only because I feel like I applied a little amount of it. Last time when I applied it on my face, I applied like a whole chunk of it. It was really messy. I did not like the experience, but this time it wasn't too bad to rinse off. I only needed water and everything came off pretty well. It does leave a trace of that fragrance behind, so if you're someone who does not like fragrance, this might not be for you. Now we are gonna try the Lemon Niacinamide Glow Wash Off Pack. This one I tried exactly a year ago, and I remember having pretty good experience with this. This one has a citrus scent to it. Floral, citrus, a bit of a sharp note. I want to say maybe like a bergamot kind of smell. So mine actually started to harden around the edges, and I think it's because maybe I didn't properly store this away while I was not using it, and that's why you have to finish using this within 3 months of opening it, because once oxygen gets in there for a long time, it gets stale and it hardens and you can't use it anymore because it's literally like a chunk of rock in there, right? So this one is a little bit more mushy than the Cica one, so that's a good sign. I'm taking a little bit of it, applying it on my hand here. This one, yeah, definitely easier to apply. It kind of blends into your skin pretty well, and you can't really see any coloring of it. I'm sure when I do apply a lot more, I'm gonna see a lot more color on it. This one also has bits and chunks of, I think, lemon zest. Although I don't know why mine doesn't have that much of the lemon zest in it as I thought I would. Because the last time I used, oh, okay, yeah, I see it now. There we go. Here's the lemon zest. Okay. I like this texture a lot more than the Cica one. I don't like the smell though. I'm not a huge fan of the citrus smell, but this one doesn't smell like artificial, if that makes any sense. I feel like this one, the lemon zest here might be a little bit harsher as an exfoliator, so if you have like really sensitive skin, just be extra gentle with this. This one doesn't harden as quickly as a Cica one though. This one takes a while to harden. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, and this one definitely feels a little bit more hydrating than the Cica one. I gave this to my sister to try last year, and she was not a fan of it because it was so hard to rinse off as well. Once it dries down, it's really hard to rinse off, and you never really want to let this dry down completely. So what you want to do is you want to let this sit on your skin until the edges start to change color. So I'm guessing this one would change into like a deeper gray. The natural color, or the color once you apply it on, is a little bit on the lighter side, so I'm sure once it dries down it's going to be the opposite. So once you notice that on the edge of where you applied the the wash off pack, that's when you know you should start rinsing it off before it hardens even more. A rule of thumb is like 10 to 15 minutes. However, it depends on your skin type and your skin in general. Like I know my skin is sensitive, dehydrated, so I never leave wash off packs on for too long. When they say 10 to 15 minutes, I usually leave it on for about 6 to 8 minutes instead, only because I know my skin pretty well. Okay, so I got the lemon niacinamide wash off pack off of my skin right now. I just used water and it came right off, so the rinsing process is actually a little bit easier for this one than the Cica one. I think if you apply a lot more, like a thicker layer, it's going to take a longer time to have the water break down the product. So I would say when you are first starting off with any of these wash off packs, use a very thin layer. Don't go ham on your skin because you never know. Don't do what I did, because a year ago I applied this on and I used like a huge thick chunky layer and I was crying in the bathroom. I was like, I can't get this off, and I had to jump in the shower. It was a whole thing. In terms of hydration, I feel like this one didn't leave my skin feeling that hydrated. So this one is designed to give your skin a glow, and honestly I think you have to use this for a very long time to kind of notice that difference in your skin. I personally did not notice it, and I feel like this one is kind of like the weaker one out of the ones I've tried so far. The next one is the Rose Hyaluronic Hydra Wash Off Pack. This one is the latest one I've ever picked up from Mari and May, and this one is the one that I really wanted to try because I've never tried rose products before, even though it's very common. I feel like this is my first rose product. Oh wait, no, hold on. I tried the Hamish Satin Rose Cream. Didn't like it, but that one was actually made by using Bulgarian rose. Again, I didn't like that product, but that was a whole cream product. This one is a wash off pack, so it's very different in category. Glass jar, frosted glass, and it has like a rose gold lid, which is honestly my favorite color out of all of them. Ooh, I'm excited for this. Ooh! Ooh, I like this smell a lot. It's floral, definitely, like a rose floral scent, but it's not very pungent. It's not like all up in your face. And I noticed that the texture is a lot more liquidy and gooey as opposed to like a straight up clay mask. I'm gonna use the one that's on the inner lid so I don't waste any product. Dun dun. I'm gonna put it on this hand this time. Ooh. Oh, this is so different from the other two I just tried. Very creamy. And it has these rose petal residue. They're like ground up rose petals. I don't know what it's supposed to do for my skin, but it's a nice little touch. It's very soft, so it's not gonna exfoliate your skin at all. It really just sticks onto your skin and that's kind of it. Honestly, if anything, it might be annoying because now you have to rinse this off too. The smell kind of dissipates as you rub this into your skin. It's not as long lasting as the other two I just tried. I like this one a lot. It's very cooling as well. You get this cooling sensation. And because the kaolin or like the clay in this product isn't as strong, it's better for people who have dry skin. I feel like when you have dry skin, you try not to use a lot of clay masks because they really dry out your skin a lot, because it needs to dry out your skin in order to extract the impurities. With this one, I feel like because it's so creamy, I think dry skin types would enjoy this as well. Yeah, I don't think I'm a fan of the rose petals, but I like the texture a lot. This one's my favorite so far, I think. Be right back. I'm gonna rinse this off. Okay, I just rinsed it off. The rose petal bits are actually not too hard to get rid of. They rinsed off my skin pretty quickly, pretty easily, just by using lukewarm water. And of course, because the clay itself is not too dense or hardening, the creamy texture of the clay mask is actually really easy to get rid of. And yes, I do think that this one is the most hydrating one out of all three that we've just tried because my skin feels so supple and soft and plump. Okay, next we're gonna try the Blackberry Complex Glow Wash Off Pack. Like I said earlier, I already tried this before. This one actually comes in a completely opaque jar and it's actually just painted on black. Hey. Ooh. Yeah, this is the smell that I remember now. Not a huge fan of it. It smells like soap. It has a very soapy smell. Again, if you want to check out the full review of this product, you can find that in the description box below. All right, this feels like, I don't know, hanging out with an old friend I haven't seen in a while. I actually reviewed this product at the beginning of this year, so it hasn't been too long. And then I realized like we're in September now. We're coming to the end of 2023. Can you guys believe that? This year has been flying by so quickly. Okay, once again, I'm gonna apply it on this hand. Oh, the texture is like right between the Cica one and than the rose one. It's not as creamy as the rose wash off pack, but it's also not as dense and hard as the Cica wash off pack. I really like this one. I think I said this was like my favorite one I've tried, but then I tried the rose one and I think I like the rose one more. In terms of texture, essentially this wash off pack is meant to give your skin that age reversing benefits, that well aging kind of effect, because it does contain the highest amount of antioxidants out of all the other wash off packs. Because it sits in your skin for quite a while before you wash it off, your skin actually does absorb a lot of the nutrients from the Blackberry complex, which is known to have really high dosage of antioxidants. It has very small bits of the blackberry rinds. Actually, I feel like the little bits is the smallest in this product compared to the other ones. I wouldn't say this has any exfoliating properties, but it might, only because it's so small, you don't really see it and you don't really notice it. So this one actually dries down a lot faster than the other ones, even faster than the Cica one. All right, I'm going to rinse this off right now and let you guys know how easy it is to rinse off. I am back, and the rinsing process was actually a little bit longer than I remembered and expected. I feel like the Cica one washed off pretty easily, the lemon washed off pretty easily, and the rose hyaluronic acid wash off pack just came right off. This one, I don't know, it took a little while to kind of get rid of everything, and even after I rinsed it, I feel like I didn't really get this hydrating effect that I really wanted, kind of like what I got from the rose wash off pack. And because this is a quick trial, I didn't notice any like changes to my skin. When I used this product in the spring of this year, I did notice that my skin does appear glowier, brighter after using this wash off pack. And I think the best thing about this wash off pack was that it really tightened my skin and my pores a little bit more. But of course, you have to use this every day to kind of get that effect. It's not going to solve your skin issues overnight. Overall, I do like this one, but ever since I tried the rose one, I think I like this one a lot more than the Blackberry complex one. And that's only my preference because I don't like the super hardening, drying kind of clay masks. Even though the idea of a clay mask is for them to dry down and harden on your skin, I'm just gonna say this: I appreciate the results I got from this, but in terms of texture, application, experience wise, the rose one is definitely my favorite one so far. Last but not least, we have the Calendula Peptide Ageless Sleeping Mask. This one is not a wash off pack, so that's why I saved it for last to try on, because I don't want to be rinsing it off. This one also glass bottle, frosted glass, and it has this iridescent, almost like periwinkle kind of lid, which is beautiful. It has a very alcohol-y smell, like straight up alcohol. Very soapy as well. I don't know if I like the scent. Yeah, I don't know if I'm a fan of the scent or not, but I'm just gonna use this much for now. Ooh. Oh, it's very hydrating, very cooling as well. Okay, I kind of like this feeling. I like the feeling a lot. Okay, the scent kind of just dissipates really quickly as soon as it goes on your skin. At first I was kind of worried because I see little bits and pieces floating around in the jar, and I was like, oh, like how am I supposed to leave it on my skin if I have these little bits lying around? But I don't have any little bits anywhere. It kind of just bursts and melts into your skin with the rest of the product. It is kind of sticky though. Hold on. Yeah, it's a bit sticky. I don't know. I don't like sticky stuff on my face when I'm sleeping, so I don't know if I want to use this every night as a leave-on sleeping mask. But I can definitely see dry skin types and even dehydrated skin types using this, especially like in the summer when you leave the AC on at night, which you should not because it really dries out your skin. I used to do that when I was a kid, but then as I got older, I'm like, why is my face feeling so tight and like suffocated overnight? And it's because of the AC. In the summertime, when you have the AC on a lot, this one is a great addition to your routine at the very end, right before you go to bed. Okay, so here's my verdict. The Cica one I liked using because I feel like it does calm my skin a little bit because it has that cooling effect, but the texture is really off-putting. It's really hard to get out of the jar and it's really hard to rinse off. So I would not recommend this for anyone who just finds clay masks a hassle in your skincare routine. If you are trying to do something for like, I don't know, a Friday night in with your besties and you want to do some clay masks with each other, go for this one. This one I feel like is not a bad choice. I just personally don't like the experience of it. The lemon one I feel like is the weakest one. It didn't really give me any glowing effect that I remembered in the past. I also don't like the texture, how it kind of just dries out very quickly compared to the other ones. And it's also very basic for me. I feel like if I want to have a glowing effect on my skin, I'm gonna go for either a very dewy moisturizer or a very watery kind of sunscreen, or even like a very hydrating serum that would give me that glow and that plump. And of course, vitamin C serums, any kind of products that are meant to stay on your skin. This one I won't recommend only because I didn't really find any benefits of using it. If you are in the market and you have the budget to be bougie, you might want to pick up the Blackberry Complex Glow Wash Off Pack only because I feel like it does give you that elevated experience of using a clay mask. It is very soft. Well, softer than most clay masks. It's definitely not the softest, and it does give you that glow, which this one did not. So if you are looking for some clay mask that gives you a glowing effect, skip the lemon one and go straight for the blackberry one. Also, I feel like these wash off packs are really great gift ideas to gift to someone because not everyone's going to spend money on clay masks for themselves, because I feel like, again, it's not an essential, it's not something that you need. So gifting these to someone kind of gives them the option, like instead of them buying it, you're buying it for them. And I feel like the price point is perfect for a gift. It's premium and they're gonna feel great about themselves. You're gonna feel great about gifting it to them. So gift idea, this is a definite yes. So in terms of my favorite ones today, I would say it's the rose one and the Calendula Peptide masks. Of course, this one is a leave-in mask, so it's very different in terms of category, but I do love the whole matte finish and the very hydrating properties of this wash-off pack. The rose one is definitely a clear winner out of all of them because it's creamy, it's very easy to rinse off, and the rose petal bits are not really harsh on your skin. It's just kind of there. Do I need it? No, but it's nice to have it. It feels very bougie. This one is also a really nice gift idea. I feel like this one is the one that works for all skin types across the board and not just one particular skin concern or skin type. And the fragrance in this one I feel like is the most subtle. Like, it's not pungent, it's not all up in your face. I really like this one. It smells like when you have like blueberries in your Greek yogurt and you mix it with granola. It kind of smells like that actually. And that is it for this video. I am so glad I finally got to try all these wash off packs in one video. Honestly, this is like the one video I wanted to do this year. It's like my personal project that I wanted to get out into the world, and I finally got to do it. Thank you to the marketing team and PR team at Maria May for sending these products over. 대표님, 사랑해요. I'm going to leave all the product links in the down bar below for you guys to check out. Please help the channel grow by subscribing and sharing this video with your friends. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, be safe, stay hydrated, and most importantly, be gentle with yourself. I mean it. 안녕. Come back for more. 주세요, 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 주세요.